Everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you all are doing good and well. If you are brand new here, my name is Nikki, and in today's video I'm doing another catch-up video of my monthly manis. We're talking about the months of May and June this time around, and I had a lot of fun during these months. Some of these turned into my favorite polishes of the year, and I couldn't be happier about that. I only didn't like one mani in the month of May, and you will see that in just a moment. But I do this thing on my Instagram for Mooncat. They usually have their Lunar sale every May, but this year they had it in April to prepare for their price increase in May, unfortunately. And I got through a majority of them. I think I have like maybe 8 or 9 to try still, so not too bad. I did get through the majority of them. Also, I kind of had this vibe during May because it was raining a lot here and I didn't feel like wearing a lot of brights, to be honest. So because I'm a seasonal polish wearer, so I just kind of match it to the weather, so I did wear kind of a lot of gloomy shades, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. So the very first Mooncat I wore is Access Denied. This is in a blackened base with a whole ton of green shimmer in there. I think this look was kind of going for the Matrix, and I think it nailed it. This was actually a lot of fun to wear. The staying quality on it was fantastic as well. I didn't have any chip wear. I found the formula was quite good on it as well. Almost a 1/4 considering how dark that base is. I'm not surprised, but this one was definitely the most anticipated wear that I purchased. I think I purchased this last year for the Lunar set. I didn't get it until now. It's definitely more of a fall polish, but since, you know, I have my polishes in alphabetical order on my spreadsheet, and this one was the first one, I was like, you know what? This has been living in my head rent-free for long enough. It's time to show this loveliness on my nails. I do have something similar to this by ILMP. It's called Salem, so you guys will see that in my comparison video that's coming up. First time I saw it, it was, I think Hillary was wearing it over at Mediocre Mannies, and when she posted it, I kind of got lost in her swatch because it's very captivating. This polish just makes you want to stare at your nails all day long. And I almost did that. So that was Access Denied. Next is one I wore on my toes. This is called Apple of My Eye. It's in a Granny Smith apple base with a vibrant pink shimmer. The pink shimmer does get lost, unfortunately. I did hear that a lot about this shade, that the pink shimmer wasn't as prominent as it is in the bottle there. But you know what? I actually did enjoy this on my toes. No, it's kind of hard to tell the longevity of a polish once on your toes because nail polish just sticks to your toes like spackle, you know. It's there for sometimes months. And this one, for some reason, I feel like I'm not gonna like it as a manicure. I don't know why I'm manifesting that with this polish, but I just feel like I'm not gonna like it. At the time I bought this, it was very unique to me. It was one of those polishes where I was like, like it just totally fit the name and just the Granny Smith apple vibe. Like, I liked it. But now, just looking at it, I'm like, this is probably not something that I would buy if I saw it from another brand. Maybe it's just Mooncat and like the hype, all the hype it gets. But nonetheless, I still liked it on my toes. So hopefully when I do wear it on my fingernails, I will like it just as much. Even if the base, the pink shimmer does get lost, I do have a pink topper by Essie that I can use, so hopefully it'll amp it up a little bit. But for now, I did enjoy this on my toes. So that was Apple of My Eye. Switched it up. I don't have the bottle with me because it's a thermal, and I keep them in a different room so they don't die in this hot room that I keep all my polish in. But I wore Slots of Fun by Sassy Sauce, and this is a beautiful thermal. The transitions on this were just so lush. I really like the contrasting colors. It was kind of hard to tell because not that the colors are similar, but it's just hard to tell when the transition is happening sometimes. But when it does, oh my gosh, this polish is just, it's very regal to me. It looks very rich. Look like a very rich manicure, and I did like it more in its magenta state. I do have faith in Sassy Sauce thermals because I have 2, and one of them I bought, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years, maybe 3 years ago, and it's still going pretty strong. So I have strong faith for this thermal to last as long as possible. I did really enjoy this. I think this is one that I would definitely wear again in October or the fall months because it has that brooding vibe. But like I said, it was raining here a lot in May and just kind of gloomy, so I feel like this fit my vibe for the month. Can you believe I'm already kind of planning my Black Friday purchases? I already made a wish list for Sassy Sauce and the ones that I want. I know she has a pretty decent sale around Black Friday, so I'm just getting my cart ready, okay? That's all I'm doing. I've been doing this a lot where I've just been filling my cart and then emptying it because it's just kind of cathartic for me to fill a cart and be like, nah, I don't need these polishes. It's been a really fun way to just stay on a low buy and, scratch my itch with not actually scratching it. But anyhow, we are derailing from what we're talking about. But yeah, I loved this thermal. It's definitely going to be a rewear for the fall. So that was Sassy Sauce's Lots of Fun. Brought it back to Mooncat. This is one that has recently been discontinued, unfortunately, due to pigment shortages, and this is called Morgue. And I topped it with Clionadh Cosmetics Golden Prairie topper. I really wanted to purchase Sunken Treasure from Clionadh Cosmetics, but it was just out of my price range. It was like $25, and I'm just like, can't do it. So I tried to recreate that look with these two, and it scratched the itch for that. This definitely gives me midnight sky vibes, when you go to a place in your city that doesn't get a lot of lights and you can see the stars in the sky. This gave me that vibe so much. The last time I saw the sky like that was when I went to Nigeria in 2003. That's where I'm from, and I just remember I never seen stars like that in my life, and this manicure totally just embodied that vibe for me. I really like this. I wore it for about 4 days, and yeah, I definitely didn't want to take it off. And you just get sad when you take a manicure off, but you kind of have to move on. This is totally gave me that vibe, so it's definitely going to be rewear in the future. But yeah, I did enjoy this combo. It was beautiful. Next was a polished topper fail, to be honest, but I put on Orly's Golden Afternoon, which came out in a spring collection a few years ago now. Unfortunately, I did not like the formula on this. It was really hard to work with and super thick. I could add a thinner. I probably will, but for right now I just did not like this very much. The application just turned me off. So I thought Curiosity's Prey would be kind of see-through enough, translucent enough to make a really fun topper, but it did not look good at all. This base was way too milky, and honestly I took it off the same day, and then I just threw on Curiosity's Prey and one of my favorite polishes of the year instantly. This is a gorgeous wedding polish. It's a brilliant summer polish for the white and the flakies. It's definitely one of those manicures, definitely one of those polishes that will get your nails noticed. Another one that I did not want to take off. This one is also discontinued. What is happening with Mooncat? What is happening? The price increases, the discontinuations. I've had it. Not to say I'll never purchase from Mooncat again, but for the foreseeable future, it definitely won't be anytime soon. But I was happy that I snagged this one before it got discontinued because it really is lovely. It looks like a multicolored lace wedding dress. It's gorgeous, and it was one of my favorites. I definitely didn't want to take this off. That was Mooncat's Curiosity's Prey. Next two are some polish pickup purchases that I've been wanting to get on my nails, and the first one is Emily Damali's in Ode to No One. This was based off an album cover. I'm not sure which one, but this polish, the hype is so real with this one. It is so real. In my swatch picture, you will not see the flip, the rainbow flip that happens in here, but trust me, it is there. This is one of my favorite flakies in my collection now. So beautiful. This is compared to polishes, I think it was like Moonbow or Dark Side of the Moon. Someone did a comparison of it, and I was like, this one definitely did look better than the polished one, so I was happy to not grab the polished one because I had this one in my collection. But it's really shifty. The flakies, Emily Damali has some amazing formulas. From the four that I have in my collection, I've tried 3, and yeah, I haven't wanted to destash one of them. It almost has this multi-dimensional shift too. Like, there's just so much going on with it. I like those polishes where you just kind of get lost looking at your nails and you just don't want to look away because it's just so beautiful. I'm being so vain with my nails right now, but I seriously really did enjoy this. I definitely didn't want to take it off, but I had another anticipated wear that I'm about to show you, but this one may or may not go into my top favorites of the year, but it's definitely a strong contender. So that was Emily Damali's An Ode to No One. So you guys see the fill on this? With good reason. My niece absolutely loves this polish. She's kind of forgotten about it now that she's found her favorite red in my collection, but this is That's How You Know by Polish for Days. And initially I was kind of sad when I bought this one because when it was re-released 2 years ago, it wasn't the original color, which wasn't really you know, represented when this polish was put out again, but I got over it because it actually is really pretty. I definitely think this would be great as a topper as well. It's incredibly shifty. My swatch picture won't show all the shifts, unfortunately. I need to start making like swatch videos for you guys when I want to show you shifts in the polish that I can't show you in my swatch picture. Maybe that's another goal I should like add to my list this year. But yeah, this one was very shifty. The staying power was amazing as well. I wore it for a good almost a week actually. Yeah, I was cooking in my kitchen and I literally could not stop staring at my lights under my stove light. It was just so pretty and very distracting as well. This polish actually reminds me of one that's coming out in PPU Ween for the September theme by Alchemy Lacquers. So I think I'm going to avoid picking that one up because I have this one. Definitely a favorite of the year, so you will hear about it again in December. But That's How You Know. See, I derailed a lot from Mooncat May. It wasn't my fault, okay? It wasn't. I just had so many polishes to wear. But another one that I wore that is also discontinued is Tectonic Shift. I bought this. I decided, you know, I was looking at this and Mermaid Bait, and for some reason this one spoke to me more. Maybe because I liked it. Maybe the fact that I liked it because it was matte and it just looked so gorgeous matte. Oh my goodness. When I put this on, I got so many compliments. It is a green rainbow in a bottle. All the colors in here come out pretty dang well actually. And the staying power, Mooncat, I won't lie, has very good staying power. I didn't experience barely any chips when I wore all of these, so I do feel like the quality is up there with Mooncat for the most part. The only Mooncat polish that I tried that I wasn't too fond of was Mercury's Tears, so I actually destashed that one. I didn't find the shifts in it were as the same as in the swatch pictures, but this one was so true to life. And all the polishes in this collection were actually matte. It was her prehistoric collection, so I thought that was really a nice touch for them to do, even though I don't really gravitate towards matte polishes as much as a glossy finish. I did really like this in the matte finish, of course, but of course I added a glossy top coat because, you know, it just wouldn't be me if I didn't. But this one was very interesting. I actually have a comparison of this to KB Shimmer's Go Big or Go Home in my comparison video that's coming up, so if you missed out on this one, there's still that one available, I believe. But that was Mooncat's Tectonic Shift. Another rainy day called for another gloomy polish, so I put on Ethereal Lacquer's See a Space Cowboy. Oh my goodness, I was skeptical about how good this would look because when I did swatch it on my swatch wheel when I got it in the mail, the shifts just weren't there for me. So it just really shows that you really have to wear your polishes, because when I put it on, could not stop staring. This was so inky and brooding. It was a weird pick for May, I know, but it just matched the weather that was going on in the city that I live in. So I did enjoy the heck out of this one. It's in this deep like inky blue base with a violet kind of pinkish shimmer with a bit of red in there too. I feel like this one is also so dimensional for being on the darker side, because usually darker polishes aren't too dimensional, but this one totally just made me change my mind about dark polishes being that way. It was very pretty. This is actually my second Ethereal Lacquer, and I guess the last one because she rebranded to Haunted Polish, so I'm happy that I have two. Maybe I'll pick more up in D-stashes, we'll see. It was based off a cartoon because I got it in the cartoon theme for June 2024. Not sure which cartoon, but either way it doesn't matter because I love this polish. So good. So that was Ethereal Lacquer's See a Space Cowboy. I wore a magnetic next, and this one was worth all the work. This is Mooncat's Smokescreen, another discontinued one. This one I actually wore because I was trying to find, well, I saw Hollow Taco's Spirit Fingers in a D-stash, but the person wasn't shipping to my area. So I was like, that's a bummer. But then I remembered I had this one and totally forgot about it. And it's a bonus, it's a magnetic. I have a love-hate relationships with magnetics, even though I have over 20 of them in my collection. I've only tried about 5 or 6, and I'm hopefully gonna get that down by the end of this year. But this one looks so elegant and romantic on the nails. It's one of those polishes that looks incredibly sophisticated and just so good. I love a good gray polish, but especially with something a little extra, like I mentioned in my last video, you will find me there. I am here. This one is in a smoky gray base with some scattered holographic with a brilliant pink magnetic line, magnetic pigment in there, I should say. But I really do want to try this in the velvetized look. I want to see how that looks. But even then, just with the pink, it also has this orange flip in there along with that magnetic pigment. So it's very, very versatile, and I haven't seen this look bad on anyone. One of my top favorites of the year. I enjoyed this so much. I wore it for almost a week. So that was Mooncat's Smokescreen. Okay, and then I got 2 thermals by Cadillacquer in the mail, and the first one I wore is Lunar Eclipse. I was really skeptical about what type of category to put this in because it was just, there's just so much going on with this polish, and it's a thermal. So someone in the comments, I believe her name is Heather, she suggested that it would be good for 4th of July. Obviously I don't celebrate that here in Canada, but yeah, it totally gave me 4th of July vibes. Also, it reminds me of those firecracker popsicles. That definitely gave me the vibe too. But I did really like this better in the red state because it totally reminded me of Cadillacquer's Parade, and hopefully it never dies, but if it does, I'm hoping that it settles in the red state because that would definitely satisfy my itch for getting that polish. Even though I have a swamp gloss that's similar to it, it's not the same. But it's, you know, it doesn't make me want to miss out on, it doesn't make me sad that I missed out on the polish because I have something similar, so no love lost. But, you know, there's nothing like having the original that you wanted. And I seriously enjoyed this thermal. Madeline, her eye for color and just her creativity is just unmatched sometimes. This polish is just so interesting. And the iridescent flakies in there, chef's kiss, beautiful touch. So for me, this is definitely going on one of my favorite polishes of the year. It was brilliant. So that was Lunar Eclipse. Next, you guys know I had to throw on Eerie Silence, right? Look at this polish, you guys. It is Halloween in a freaking bottle. So I had to wear it. It was actually pretty sunny that day, so I still wanted to wear it because, you know, your thermals won't last long, and when they're just fresh coming in from the mail, I had to wear it. I had to. So this is gonna be 100% another wear in October. I'm probably gonna wear it the first week of October just to get those vibes going. I'm also gonna put it on my Halloween rack, so you're gonna see it over and over again whether you like it or not. But this polish was pretty awesome. I do actually like it in both states, so whichever one decides to settle in, your girl will be happy. But the turquoise state really just looks like your nails are underwater. It's just so pretty. And I did like this 2.0 version because when she originally released it in September 2020, the flakies weren't as prominent and as big, so she stepped it up and made it even better. Sometimes it's really good just to miss out on polishes because you sometimes find something better if you wait. That's kind of just a good reminder for me when I'm shopping for nail polish now, because I have been on a pretty low buy and it's been honestly so satisfying. But another favorite of the year, can't help it, I loved it. So that was Cadillacquer's Eerie Silence. The very last Mooncat I wore, kind of on the fence about still, not sure if I really like it, but this is After the Rain. I wanted this shimmer in here to be a bit more prominent on my nails. I know as you're looking at the swatch photo, it does look prominent, but in person it was kind of dulled down a little bit. This did take about 3 coats as well, and it did come with a bit of a fill line, but I think Mooncat has been doing that because they had issues with their bottles exploding, which is so unfortunate. But I think they have fixed that issue now, which is great. Luckily that never happened to me, but hey, if it prevents it from exploding in the mail and me not having the polish at all, a little bit of it missing is not the worst trade-off. So this one is kind of in a lilac base with a really strong pink, green, and yellow shimmer. So like I said, I just wanted the shimmer to come out a bit more prominently. So I am going to keep this in my collection because I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It was mid, but it's still a really gorgeous spring polish, so I'm not mad at it. So that was Mooncat's After the Rain. Ugh, you know what? All the reflectives can just go to bed after I show you this one, because this is Psych Minerals Ghastly Smell. Obsessed. This is my top favorite. It's so interesting. Last year it was Rogue's 1985 that was my top favorite polish in the year. It was also a pink, and this one is also a pink reflective. So maybe pink is my favorite color to wear in my collection, not purple and blue. But I just go by that because it's the most I have in my collection. So it's the colors I gravitate towards the most wearing on my nails. But maybe it's not necessarily my favorite, you know, because there's been two pinks that have just been taking the top spot. And this is one of them. Such a gorgeous reflective. Psych Minerals does reflectives incredibly well, especially in this type of finish where it's just jam-packed. She's released so many that have been similar to this, but your girl's being good. Like I said in my one and only video, this one does have a fill line, but that's okay because it was goopy, so it needed thinner anyway, and maybe that was just done on purpose by the maker, I don't know. But anyway, I'm thankful for it, and I'm really sad when this runs out. Maybe it'll come back for rewind. I might have to break my no backup rule because I really enjoyed this. And this is one of those polishes that will get your nails noticed right away. Everyone will ask you what's on your nails. Like I said, I've been so vain with my manicures, but I can't help it. I just love them. So that was Psych Minerals Ghastly Smell, and definitely one of my favorites of the year. It was gorgeous. Moving right along into June, like I said, I wore a lot of Krellies and yellows and just mixed up a few that were in there as well. So, you know, keep it interesting. I don't want you guys to get bored of the same finishes, you know, so I mixed it up a little bit. Very first one I wore, I keep talking about this, guys, and I can't guarantee this is going to be the last time, so sorry if you're mad. But this is Baby Girl Lacquers Forever Unsolved, and this is just summer in a bottle. I think all white Krellies are really summer in a bottle, you know. I don't have any white Krellies with this glitter mix in here. So much going on. There is black rectangular glitters, there's square yellow glitters, square red glitters, circle green glitters. There's a lot. I love the formula on this. It was a bit thick when I first got it, but I just added a smidgen of thinner and it was fine after that. But very interesting polish. I don't see a lot of Baby Girl Lacquers offerings, and I know last year PPU didn't invite all makers back to contribute every month, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we will see her again. And I think her peel off base coat is definitely something to rave about. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I have Hollow Taco's peel off base coat and Black Dahlia Lacquer's peel off base coat, which I love. Hollow Taco's doesn't last as long as the Black Dahlia one, so when I'm wanting my manicure to last, I'll definitely put on the Black Dahlia one, and if I just don't care if it peels or whatever, I'll use the Hollow Taco one. I've heard good things about her, so I might venture onto her site to buy some, just to support the maker, you know. But anyhow, I did enjoy this for the first day of June. It was beautiful. So that was Baby Girl Lacquers Forever Unsolved. Next, I put on Sweet and Sour Lacquers I Want My MTV. This one was very interesting. I especially loved how contrasting all the big and small glitters were. There's these micro circle yellow glitters in there that I can't even believe I noticed. I was really into this polish. I was staring at every detail of it on my fingernails, and it looked so whimsical and fun. It looked like a fun house on my nails. I love this a lot. I didn't really watch MTV when I was growing up too much, but I do love the inspiration. It's wacky, it's bright, it's playful, it's fun. So the base in there is just, it's not a stark white, it's a bit of an off grayish white, which I think added to the glitters in here. I especially love the big black ones. They kind of look like little beetles. Just crawling on your nails. Gross visual, I know, but I did enjoy it. It was very pretty. The whole aesthetic of this is just up my alley, and I literally could not wait to wear this for the month of June. It was my number one pick, right next to the baby girl that I showed you, and also great staying power as well. Glitters usually do because they're hard to scrub off, so which basically means they'll be hard to come off or just, you know, chip or whatever. So I did enjoy this one. Beautiful polish, and it's one of my favorites of the year. After that, I threw on Cupcake Polish's Funfetti, which came out in the junk food theme of May 2023 and came back for Rewind in 2024 with good reason. I know some people have said, well, not some people, I've heard one person, which is Krista over at Restored by Polish, her base unfortunately tarnished, and I think it's kind of like a grayish base now. It's not as stark and white, which is unfortunate. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen to this bottle or anyone else's really. But oh, this is so cute. This is my second time wearing this one, but the second time I had to take a picture because the first time my nails were kind of short and it looked a little like weird, but it totally embodies that Funfetti vibe. I love how the glitters in here look like shards and not circle ones, so it's a nice contrast from the sweet and sour lacquer one. There's a lot of variety with these white Krellies. They're just so playful and fun. I loved every single one, and this is a favorite from Cupcake Polish for me. I have about 10 of hers in my collection. Some I purchased off the site, and 2 I got in PPU, and yeah, this is like a top pick for me from the brand. It's very cute and so true to the name. So that was Cupcake Polish's Funfetti. So I was going to throw in the native war paints with sprinkles for my birthday, but I wanted to switch it up and wear something glittery, and I picked up, well, I threw on Atomic Polish's Once I Make My Move. This is based off Harry Potter and it came out, I think, in a game board theme of October's 2021 PPU. This has settled significantly in the bottle. It's got kind of thick. A lot of the glitters are just kind of stuck to the side there, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to kind of, you know, get them unstuck somehow. But this polish was so glittery and fun, and it was definitely very festive for my trip around the sun. I wore this to dinner when I went out for my birthday, and I couldn't stop staring at my nails. It looks like a disco ball. It was perfect. I actually might throw this on for New Year's again, but I did actually wear a peel off base coat with this because there was no way I was peeling off all this. No way. So I actually just wanted to wear it for my birthday, so I wore it for about 2 days, and then I just peeled it off and switched it up. But I do really like this one. I've worn it as an accent before with the Zoya polish, and it was very, very pretty. But what intrigued me most with this is those black glitters in there. They really stand out with everything else that's going in there, and it just makes for a very, very interesting manicure. So this one, I loved it, and it might just be in every birthday wear for me with some other things I haven't decided yet. So that was Atomic Polish's Once I Make My Move. The first yellow I wore is a mainstream. Yay for me, because I've been neglecting my mainstreams. This is Preserved in Amber by China Glaze. China Glaze, we're all missing you. Can you please come back for Halloween at least? Your Halloween collections were epic. But anyhow, this was based off the Jurassic Park movie that came out that year. And this one, it looked like liquid gold on your nails with just a bit of razzle dazzle thrown in there. Very, very nice. The flakies were extremely hard to get off, unfortunately, and considering this is a mainstream polish, the flakies didn't sit as well on my nails as I wanted them to. Like when I would like run my nails over my clothes or in my hair, they would kind of get just kind of stuck, but not for long, just for a second. But yeah, you just kind of have to be careful with making sure the flakies lay down properly with the brush, because they can kind of stick out and get caught in things. But other than that, this had really good staying power. It was gorgeous in the sun. Very, very eye-catching. Like I said, it just looked like liquid gold. And I can't believe it took me this long to try. I just forget about my mainstreams because indies are just, they're in my face all the time. I've totally become an indie snob, and it's terrible because I'm neglecting so many goodies in my collection. But I have made it a priority to wear more mainstreams, and it's been really nice. So, you know, just mixing it up with like Mainstream Monday and Magnetic Monday, going back and forth. It just makes sure that I'm using all the things that I've been wanting to, because I haven't wanted to check off my magnetics and my mainstream. So what other way to do it than to rotate, right? But yeah, this one, very, very pretty. I've seen people use this as a topper over oranges, and that is my next step with this one. So that was China Glaze's Preserved in Amber. I threw on a Reflective by KB Shimmer, and this is called Mask Me Again. So this one I didn't like when I first threw it on because I thought it was a bit dull. I wanted to see more of that pink come out, but it was a little subdued on my nails. But you know what? I did still end up liking this. KB Shimmer has significantly improved their reflective glitter formulas. I know they were getting kind of goopy and you had to add a lot of thinner in this one. Unfortunately, I did get this one before the formulas were improved, so this one was extremely goopy, and I see in the future I'm probably gonna have to add more thinner as I use this. But I don't know how often I use this because I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, it was just mid. It has this, I believe it's based off, the whole collection was based off kind of like lounging around and sleepover vibes, and this is inspired by wearing an avocado mask called Mask Me Again. So I did like the inspiration behind it, but I definitely did want to see more of that pink shimmer come out. Other than that, it was a great manicure. I wore it, I think, for about 3 days and just decided, yeah, I like it. I'm going to keep it in my collection. But I definitely don't know how often I'll wear it, so who knows, I may end up destashing it. But either way, I love the execution behind this. I just wanted to see more of it on my nails. But that was Mask Me Again. Okay, so I wore another brooding polish because I've been wanting to try this Clionadh Cosmetics for a while, so it's not fitting with the season. But it's one of the manicures that I wore the longest on my nails, which is hilarious. But this is Hitchhiking Ghosts, and this is Clionadh Cosmetics' very first offering to polish pickup. And since it's Canadian, I just feel like I had to have this initiation of this in my collection. So it is fairly shifty. I had to catch it in all lights to really see what was happening in the bottle, but I absolutely love the quality of Clionadh Cosmetics. It's right up there with Mooncat and decently priced. They just had their anniversary sale, but your girl did good. She didn't get one thing. She wanted to, but I did that thing where I filled up my cart and then I left it alone and I didn't care about it. It's actually been helping. I don't know if you guys have tried that, but it's really been helping me stay on my low buy. It's weird, but now it's just like gone in my head. That cart is just gone and I don't care about it. But anyway, this one, I think definitely I would get it on for spooky season again. It was so pretty. I feel like I'm talking a lot in this video, sorry, but I just really enjoyed all these manicures. But it was very shifty. I really like that navy blue base, and with the shimmer in there that is so strong and prominent, it really made for a gorgeous manicure, and it definitely made me want to try the rest of the Clionadh Cosmetics in my collection. I have about 4 to get through, which is not too bad. So that was Hitchhiking Ghosts. Threw on a PPU offering that came out in April of this year by BCB Lacquers, my very first purchase from them. This is called Beyond the Sunset Leads My Way, and I almost didn't pick this up because I was certain I had something similar in my collection to this, but I have nothing like this in my collection. Neons aren't my thing, but man, the swatches that I kept seeing of this made this my thing. First I wore it, oh, I'm sorry, I actually wore this on my toes. I wore it on my nails in August, which you guys will see, but I did wear this on my toes, and even when I went to go get a pedicure, the person that was applying this was raving about how amazing this polish is. Every time I go to the salon and I bring my nail polishes in, people are like, where'd you get that? Where'd you get this? And I don't know if people think it's weird that I always bring my own nail polish, but the reason I do it is because, you know, I've seen people use polishes on other people that maybe they cut with like one of the pliers or whatever, and then it just kind of doesn't gross me out, but just makes me skeptical about, you know, what if they're using that polish on my toenails and I get an infection. So that's why I always bring my own polish. I just unlocked a new fear for you. You're welcome. But this one was really, really gorgeous on the toes, and I liked it even better on my nails when I wore it in August. I'm just going to show you guys a swatch picture because it is what it is. But yeah, I will be talking about this one again, but it's definitely one of my favorites of the year. And I actually purchased another BCB Lacquers in my collection, so it's now not a one and only anymore. So that's always nice. So that was Beyond the Sunset Leads My Way. Third yellow I wore is Witch Cult's Amidala. It's so funny, all the Halloween pics that I put on my rack, I wore a lot of them during the summer months. Strange, right? I totally just switch things up, but keeps things interesting. This one is a gorgeous, gorgeous yellow. I can't stand how beautiful this one is and how happy I am that it came back in the Polished Gamers Respawn 2 years ago now. Oh my gosh, time is just flying. But this is in kind of like a sunset yellow base, and it has a red shimmer with small little like brown glitters in there, which makes this so interesting. It was incredibly glowy on the nails. It looked like I had a yellow lamp just shining on my nails, and the staying power was wonderful. I feeling like it wasn't the right vibe because it has more of a spooky vibe going on, and then it was raining again, so I moved on to another one. But I did really, really enjoy this one, and I'm gonna get on my nails again for October. Another Emily Damali. This one I wasn't really sure what category to put it in either, so seasonal category, so when I run into polishes like that, I just wear them whenever it is what it is. So this is Deep Sea Glam. It's inspired by squid, and it came out in the animal theme for February's 2024 PPU. Oh my gosh, another favorite of the year, you guys. What? This one kind of reminded me of Ethereal's Coffee Cloud, but on steroids. It was jacked up with those glitters in there, and then this matching purple shimmer in here just makes this so interesting. If you guys did see the inspiration picture, the maker nailed it like crazy. So I've never seen that kind of squid. Well, I'm an ocean person, but I'm not like an ocean person. I wouldn't go skydiving I wouldn't go diving in the ocean because it scares me. The ocean does scare me, but I love being on the beach and just swimming in the water. It's nice, but I wouldn't dive into the depths, I'm not that adventurous. But this one was so incredibly gorgeous. I did not want to take it off. It really looked great with my skin tone, and it's just such a different fun polish to wear with those purple glitters in there. This satisfies my vibe of never getting a Dom polish called it was purple, the polish that she made before she made all those boba tea polishes. It was a purple one, and that's why I got this one, because it reminded me of that one. So a beautiful, beautiful polish and an even better formula. Love this one. So that was Deep Sea Glam by Emily Damali. The last three I wear are all yellows, and the first one is another mainstream by China Glaze. This is called Solar Power. This one came out in an eco collection years ago, and I forgot how much I loved this yellow. It is a yellow base with a bit of a matching yellow shimmer. This polish is beautiful. This polish has been in my collection since I want to say 2010, and the formula is still amazing on it. I don't think I've added any thinner to it or anything like that, or maybe I did. I might have, because it's pretty old. Even like the label is just disappearing on that bad boy. But oh my gosh, I forgot. Like this is one of my favorites of the year. I can't believe how much I've forgotten about my oldies but goodies, and it's just been really helpful to go. I've been going down memory lane a lot this year with my polishes, and I've been seriously enjoying it. But I almost have that whole collection except for Unplugged and Hybrid, but I do have Tree Hugger, Shower Together, Solar Power, and Recycle. Recycle is a gorgeous gray, which I absolutely love. I can't believe I'm remembering all this. I just use this memory for good, Yeah, this polish was amazing. It was a beautiful, beautiful yellow shimmer, and so perfect to wear one of my favorite colors in my birthday month. So a top pick for the year, absolutely. So that was Solar Power. Another yellow I've been itching to get on my nails is KB Shimmer's Sunkissed. This one did come out a few years ago now, and I loved what this looked like in lower lighting, which is rare because I usually don't really like polishes when they're in lower lighting because you can't see the gorgeousness. But this one honestly just glowed. It glowed. It just looked so ethereal under lower lighting. I couldn't believe how nice it looked. I was very, very shocked. So this one had an awesome formula considering how old this is. And well, I guess because I haven't opened it since I swatched it on a swatch wheel. I believe I put this one in my colors by numbers video, the yellow one, and this what I said because this one had an amazing formula. So good. So the base in there is kind of this golden, like this golden hour yellow with a really strong pink shimmer. This one delivered what I wanted Mask Me Again to deliver with the pink shimmer. I seriously enjoyed it. Oh my gosh, it's a favorite of the year. Most of the manicures that are favorites of the year are these 2 months, so that's why this video is so long, because I'm gushing. But yeah, this one in lower lighting was absolutely beautiful. I didn't want to take it off, but I had to move on because I wanted to get one more mainstream in. But that was KB Shimmer's Sunkissed. And the very last one I wore is one from Essie's 2023 spring collection, which is all pastels, and I don't gravitate towards pastels, so you know how big of a deal this is. This is called You Are Sensational, and this one reminded me of Gelato, but in a much better formula. It's a bit yellower than Gelato, has a bit more yellow in it, but it still kind of has the same concept, so I knew I would absolutely love this one. I've only worn that Essie collection. Feel the Fizzle has a Skittle, so I definitely need to wear all of them individually, and this was the first one up. Great formula, awesome staying power. I wore this until like the first week of July, and now I'm just rushing to get through, not through all my mainstreams, but try them more, because I've seriously been missing out. After Solar Power, I was like, get it together, Nikki, and try your mainstreams. This isn't a joke anymore. So yeah, this one, oh, it's just so close to my heart because I just love that collection so much. It was so much fun, and this was my first wear. I loved it. Similar to Gelato, great formula. It just, everything just worked with this one. Really enjoyed it for the beginning of summer, you know. Lovely. So that was Essie's You Are Sensational. All right, guys, that was a long one. Thank you for staying to the end if you did. Let me know which of these mannies was your absolute favorite. You already know all my favorites because I just yapped about it for an hour, so you already know the deal. Anyway, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for tuning in whenever you can, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Take care.